Today, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through this area here in the tummy. So this is like, we can get nervous here, a lot of emotion is sort of held here. So sort of when we have experience of maybe money worries, this is kind of where you feel it. So if you can activate this area, make it really strong, one on just a normal everyday sort of basis, what it does is it starts to level up the front and the back of the body strength wise. So you haven't got one heavy side and one light side, so the spine starts getting supported. But also it can sort of start changing the energy in your life to a more positive energy, like them worries can disappear a little bit. The thing with that is of course it's right here, and where right here is all of them core muscles. And then core muscles are hard to work, or certainly the experience of using them is hard to work, but stick with this. It's a little program of a few different things you can do. So even if you start and it's only maybe one or two that you can do when we initially start, have a rest until I change to the next little sequence, and then have a go at that until eventually, as you build up, you'll be able to do more and more and more. Okay, so we're going to start sat down on the mat. So you want your feet about hip distance apart, and then just let yourself come down and lie down onto the floor. Okay, so kind of get comfortable, and on an inhale raise the arms up and over the head, and on an exhale lift the head up and look down towards the toes. So just with that action of lifting the head and the shoulders lifted, you feel all of this section of the body really start to fire up. You keep the head held up high, it'll seem really heavy, and then on an inhale come down. On the next exhale, lift the head, look down to the toes. Big breaths. Inhale down. Exhale, this time lift the head, bring the arms all the way over and reach as if you're really trying to reach the toes. So you're reaching through the fingers again, all of this part of the body, the full length of the core is engaged. And then inhale, down. On an exhale, lift the head, reach for the toes, really lengthen the arms, use all the shoulders. And then inhale, come down. On an exhale, lift the head, raise the arms, and then see if you can reach and sit all the way forward. Maybe you can reach the toes, and then on an inhale, slowly coming down. So let this engage and slowly let loose so you can roll down towards the floor, bringing the arms over. Exhaling, lifting the head, reaching through the fingers, engage the core, sitting up tall, touching the toes, and back down. So you really want to start bringing these into segments of maybe 10. So you might try and build up to doing 10 of these. So you're reaching, you're coming back. If you can get to the point where 10 of them are comfortable, maybe then you can bring the head, the shoulders, and come up into your boat pose. So this involves the legs drawing in, the chest being lifted, the shoulders down the back. So what you don't want in this position is your back to be curved like this, because it pulls, it's like somebody pulling you backwards. So lift the chest, draw the shoulders down, reach out through the fingers. On your inhale, open, lie down, and exhale, coming up, lifting the knees, and inhaling down. Try and make it like a fluid movement. When you first start and the core isn't strong, you'll find you'll go to get up. But remember, trust the breath as you exhale, draw the knees in, and then we'll hold it this time. So remember, the chest is forward, the shoulders are back, open the palms, and see if you can straighten the legs and bend the legs. Just lift the feet and bring them back down. So again, strong, open the arms wide, see if you can open the legs wide. Back to your boat. Inhale down. Bring the arms down by the side. Take a big inhale, fill yourself all the way up, fill the belly up. And a big and just release all that tension in the body. Let yourself lie there, let the body reset. Breathe into the tummy, but always try and straighten the legs. So the tendency, some people tend to do this, but this is still keeping this area short. So you want to keep the legs straight so you get that lovely length through the body. So them have worked all the way down, right the way through the middle of the core of the body here, which sucks all of this in. It helps support the internal organs. So if you bend your knees, lift your tailbone, bring your hands underneath and sit down onto your hands, and then raise the legs up to the sky. Okay, so if you can imagine the soles of your feet are flat on the sky and your knees are pushing away from the front of the body. Now if you are just starting your yoga practice, this here can be challenging enough just to get them legs straight. So if you always work on that, but if you get to this position, you're going to be pushing to the forearms, lift the pelvic floor, draw the tummy in, and then lift the feet up and down. Inhaling up, exhaling down, up and down. You'll really start to feel this in the top of the stomach, just below the sternum, really working into them muscles there. So remember to breathe, try and slow the process down, try and take some of the jerky movements out of it. So again, only try a couple and then start to build up as you go up, and then bend the knees, straighten the legs, stretch that tummy out, open the arms, take a big inhale. Big sigh. You earn that feeling of pleasure with that breath through the work that you do. So preparing for the next one. So same hand position as before, and this one is it works the core and it really works the hips as well. Okay, so like we did in the first video when we started opening up the hips, again this really works into that area. So take it nice and slow, lift the sit bones, bring the hands underneath the tailbone, sit down and raise the legs. So this is, when I teach classes, this is everybody's favourite pose in the class. Not really, well it should be because it's fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, keeping the legs straight and active, I'm going to inhale and lower the legs down to an inch or so away from the floor. So I'm still active, the core is very much engaged, the pelvic floor is lifted and the tummy is in. Then I want to open the legs as wide as I can, and then on the exhale bring them back together. So you're inhaling down and open and exhaling as they come back up together. Keep going, you can do this. It's strong. You'll probably have all sorts of clicks and pops coming out of your hips, but just breathe, everything's good. You can do this. So again, this is tough. So try, build up with just a few, but try and add one every day. You know, don't say, oh, I'll do one more this week. Try challenging yourself, putting yourself to the test. This is strong, works the core, it'll make you strong in your life. And bring the feet together up. So we'll stay here, and this time the legs are active. I'm going to open the legs as wide as I can, bring them down to an inch off the floor, bring them back together, and exhale back up through the top. So open as wide as you can, down to the floor, across and up. So again, we'll do 50 of these. No, like I say, start with just a few and then build up to 10 and then try build up to 12, but just keep doing it, because you can see how me at 50 years old could sit here and do this and be okay about it. But I can tell you that there was a time when I wasn't okay about it. I mean, it clunked and it popped and I went through it. But the truth of it is that if you stick to it and you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Bending the knees, straightening the legs, letting the hands come out to the side. So you can also do little karate chops on the top of the thighs here, just around that area. You'll really be feeling it in this area here, these abductors and hip flexors. So just little karate chops just stimulates the blood system around that glandular area. We'll really just lie back, chill out, and take a few breaths here. Okay, So when you're ready, you can roll onto your right hand side and then come up to seated. So these core exercises are really powerful. They work in the structure of the body and really help hold the skeletal structure of the body together. It's like a support system. One should absolutely complement the other. So if you stick at this, it's hard, I know it's hard because the core really works in order to do these, but once it starts getting strong, you'll start to see fundamental changes, not only in your practice, but just in your energy in general in your life. It's a little challenge, but you can do this, okay? Namaste.